Hey there, my lovely friends. You might be shocked to hear this, but the wrong kind of exercise after 65 could actually be doing more harm than good. In fact, research from the National Institute on Aging shows that doing certain exercises can increase your risk of injury, heart problems, and even shorten your lifespan. Yikes, right? It's not all doom and gloom, though. With the right exercises, you can stay strong, sharp, and independent for many years to come. So today, we're going to dive into 3 exercises you should never do if you want to keep your joints, heart, and balance in top shape. And of course, we'll show you 3 exercises you absolutely must do to stay healthy as you age. And stick around to the end because we've got one exercise that could either shorten or extend your life. Before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a health tip designed just for you. If you're enjoying the content, type a 1 in the comments, and if there's something I can improve, just type a 0. Let's get started on keeping you strong and vibrant. 3 exercises seniors should avoid. 1. High-impact running. For many people over 65, staying active feels like holding on to a part of life we don't want to lose. Strength, freedom, maybe even a bit of dignity. That's why so many seniors lace up their sneakers and keep running, believing it's the best way to stay fit. After all, it worked in our 40s, even 50s, right? But here's the hard truth. What once kept us healthy may now be quietly hurting us. High-impact running, especially on hard pavement, has become one of the most misunderstood exercises for older adults. Our bones aren't what they used to be. Cartilage has thinned, joints are more sensitive, and every step we take sends a shock through knees and hips that are already under strain. Research from the Journal of Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy shows that people over 65 are 58% more likely to suffer knee and hip injuries from this type of activity. That's not a small number. That's a quiet warning most seniors never hear until it's too late. Think of someone you know, maybe a friend at church or a neighbor, who loved to run, but suddenly had to stop. One fall, one torn ligament, one bad hip, and their whole world changed. They stopped walking as much, started staying indoors. It happens faster than anyone expects, and the emotional impact, it's real. When exercise turns into a source of pain or fear, it's easy to feel discouraged, even ashamed. That fear of slipping behind, of becoming old, in the eyes of others or ourselves, keeps many pushing through the pain, not realizing it's doing more harm than good. Beyond the joints, there's also the heart to consider. As we age, our blood vessels stiffen, and our heart doesn't recover from sudden stress the way it used to. High-impact running can spike blood pressure and heart rate, putting real strain on the cardiovascular system. The National Institute on Aging warns that for older adults, especially those with hidden heart conditions, this stress can trigger serious, even life-threatening events like strokes or heart attacks. And all it takes is one over-ambitious jog on a hot day. But here's the good news. You don't have to give up movement. Just change the approach. Brisk walking on soft surfaces, swimming, or gentle cycling offer powerful benefits for heart health, balance, and energy without the joint trauma or cardiovascular risks. These lower-impact exercises aren't a step back. They're a smart step forward. And if you think high-impact running is dangerous, wait until you hear about another common gym habit that could be even more harmful, especially for your heart and your brain. It's one most seniors do without thinking. Curious? Stay with me, and let's uncover the next hidden danger together. And if this is striking a chord, drop a 1 in the comments so I know you're listening. Let's move on. 2. Heavy weightlifting. For many older adults, especially women who've spent a lifetime taking care of others, the idea of lifting heavy weights can feel empowering. It carries an image of strength, of reclaiming something youthful, a symbol that we're still capable, still full of energy. And that desire, it's deeply human. No one wants to feel like they're slowing down or becoming fragile. But here's the truth too few talk about. Lifting heavy weights past a certain age can quietly become more dangerous than helpful. After 65, our bodies simply aren't made of the same things they were in our 30s. Bones become lighter, tendons less flexible, and the heart, even if it feels strong, might be working with less capacity than we realize. When someone older tries to push through a heavy squat or a loaded deadlift, The strain doesn't just affect muscles. It places intense pressure on the heart and blood vessels. The American Geriatric Society warns that this kind of effort can cause sudden spikes in blood pressure or even trigger a stroke. For women, especially those with undiagnosed heart or vascular issues, it's a silent threat that hides behind good intentions. And it's not just the heart we need to protect. Over time, our tendons and ligaments become more brittle. The tissues that once stretched easily now tug and tear with far less force. A single bad lift, even one we think we can manage, could lead to serious injuries like a torn rotator cuff, spinal compression, or a ruptured knee ligament. And the worst part? Healing is no longer quick. A recovery that once took weeks could now take months, or never fully heal at all. Many seniors also face something we rarely mention out loud. Slower reflexes, balance that isn't quite what it used to be, and a loss of confidence when we move quickly or under pressure. In the gym, this means if something goes wrong, a stumble, a loss of grip, we might not react fast enough to stop a fall. Hospitals have seen a sharp rise in lifting-related falls and injuries in older adults, especially among those exercising without proper supervision or trying to match the intensity of younger people around them. But don't mistake this as a reason to stop building strength. In fact, resistance training is still one of the best things we can do to stay independent, mobile, and vibrant. The key is how we do it. Light weights, resistance bands, even exercises using just our own body weight can protect bones, improve posture, and help us feel steady on our feet, all without risking our health. And yet, if heavy lifting can put so much at risk, the next form of exercise might be even more alarming. It's one that's often praised for boosting power and agility. But for older bodies, it can be a direct route to life-changing injuries. Let's talk about this next quiet danger that could be hiding in plain sight. 3. Plyometric exercises. High-intensity jumping movements. There's a kind of exercise you've probably seen on TV or heard about at the gym. The kind that has people leaping onto boxes, doing jump squats, or throwing their bodies up and down in a flurry of burpees. These so-called plyometric movements are often praised for keeping people young and agile. And for younger folks, that might be true. Their joints are still forgiving, their reflexes sharp, and their bones dense enough to take the impact. But for someone in their 60s, 70s, or beyond, these kinds of exercises come with hidden risks, the kind that can take away not just your confidence, but your freedom. As the years go by, the systems we once took for granted, balance, joint stability, and our quick reaction time, begin to change, often without us even realizing it. A woman might still feel strong walking through her neighborhood, or energetic enough to carry groceries with ease. But beneath that confidence, the body may not respond quite as quickly if something unexpected happens, like an awkward landing or a sudden shift in movement. That's why these explosive exercises can be so dangerous. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, falls remain the leading cause of injury and death among older adults. And here's the part no one likes to talk about. Many of these falls happen not from accidents out in the world, but during exercises that were never meant for aging bodies. A missed jump, a quick twist of the knee, or even the hard landing of a simple squat can result in broken hips, fractured wrists, head injuries. Or worse, it only takes one fall to change a life. Even if the body survives the injury, there's often a quieter wound left behind: the fear. After a bad fall, many older adults develop a deep sense of anxiety about movement. They start avoiding certain steps, certain walks, even certain activities they once enjoyed. It's called post-fall anxiety, and it creates a heartbreaking cycle. Fear leads to less movement weakens the muscles, and that weakness increases the chance of falling again. Slowly, life becomes smaller. But here's what's important to understand. Staying safe doesn't mean staying still. Movement is still essential, but the right kind of movement. Gentle balance training, slow agility work, and practices like Tai Chi or controlled stepping drills can help improve coordination and build confidence without jarring the joints or risking a fall. These options are not just safer, they're smarter. They support the body where it is now, not where it used to be. Growing older doesn't mean letting go of vitality. It means learning how to protect it. And that starts by being wise about what we avoid, and just as wise about what we choose to do instead. Because if we want to keep walking strong, thinking clearly, and living fully, the exercises we embrace matter just as much as the ones we let go. In the next section, we'll explore the first of 3 essential movements that every senior should be doing, not just to stay active, but to add life to every single day. One of them could quite literally help you stay on your feet longer and keep you smiling while you do it. 1. Brisk walking, extending your lifespan with every step. Did you know? A study published in JAMA Internal Medicine found that seniors who take just 8,000 steps a day, about 30 to 40 minutes of brisk walking, can reduce their risk of early death by nearly half. That's right. Not with high-tech workouts, not with costly equipment, but with something as simple and timeless as walking. Brisk walking may seem humble, even ordinary, but for those of us in our golden years, it can be nothing short of a miracle. In a world overflowing with flashy fitness trends and complicated routines, brisk walking stands quietly at the top, one of the most scientifically proven, safe, and effective ways to extend your life, protect your heart, and keep your independence. Harvard Medical School researchers found that seniors who walked briskly for just 30 minutes a day could reduce their risk of dying from all causes by up to 41%. No pills, no gym, just the life-affirming rhythm of your own feet, one step at a time. As we grow older, we face natural changes, slower circulation, weakening muscles, and a wobble in our balance. But walking pushes gently against all of that. It strengthens your heart without stressing it. It tones the muscles in your legs, hips, and core, making everyday activities like climbing stairs or carrying groceries feel easier. It even helps maintain bone density, fighting the quiet thief we call osteoporosis, the one that steals mobility and freedom without warning. But walking does something even more beautiful. It nurtures your mind. At the University of California, Irvine, neuroscientists discovered that regular brisk walking boosts memory, sharpens focus, and lowers the risk of dementia. As you walk, your brain drinks in oxygen-rich blood and releases feel-good chemicals like serotonin and dopamine, lifting your mood and calming your mind. It's no wonder doctors say walking doesn't just add years to your life. It adds life to your years. There's also something quietly powerful about the emotional freedom it brings. Brisk walking isn't just a workout, it's a ritual of self-connection. You can do it anywhere, regardless of your income or fitness background. A quiet park, a neighborhood sidewalk, or even the local mall on a rainy day becomes your sanctuary. Unlike other routines, walking doesn't isolate. It connects to nature, to your community, and to your own resilient spirit. Now, not all walking delivers the same magic. For maximum benefits, aim for a pace that gets your heart pumping just enough to warm you up, but not so much that you can't carry on a conversation. That's the sweet spot. Moderate intensity. Wear supportive shoes, choose safe walking paths, and take it one day at a time. Brisk walking lays the foundation for a longer, healthier life. But what if there's another simple movement, often overlooked, that protects against one of the biggest hidden dangers seniors face today? Coming up next, the second essential exercise every senior should know. It strengthens your greatest defense against falls, the #1 cause of injury among older adults, and may be the single most powerful key to living freely, fearlessly, and independently for years to come. If you found these insights helpful so far, comment the number 1 below to let me know you're with me. Now, let's move forward to point number 2. 2. Balance exercises. Your greatest shield against falls. Here's something few people realize. According to the CDC, 1 out of every 4 Americans over 65 falls each year, and every 11 seconds, a senior is treated in the emergency room for a fall-related injury. Every 19 minutes, a fall proves fatal. In the later decades of life, the simple act of staying upright becomes one of the most critical and underrated achievements we face. Balance is no longer automatic. It's a quiet battle we fight each day, often without realizing it, until the moment we slip. Yet far too few seniors know this. Targeted balance exercises can mean the difference between a life of confident movement and one overshadowed by fear and physical decline. The National Council on Aging calls falls the leading cause of both fatal and non-fatal injuries among older adults, and the aftermath can be devastating. Broken hips, long hospital stays, lost independence. But this fate isn't inevitable. Balance exercises offer a powerful, proactive defense. They train the body's stabilizing muscles, the core, the ankles, the hips, and the lower back, to stay alert and ready. They reawaken the nervous system, fine-tuning the body's reflexes so you can catch yourself before a fall happens. And the best part? These exercises are beautifully simple. Standing on one leg while brushing your teeth, practicing heel-to-toe walking down the hallway, gentle Tai Chi movements in the living room. Research shows that these modest practices can reduce your risk of falling by up to 37% within just a few weeks of consistent training. But balance training doesn't just change your body, it transforms your confidence. You begin to trust your own steps again. Fear loosens its grip. You start walking taller, venturing out more, saying yes to social invitations, even dancing a little when the music plays. Because you're no longer worried about a stumble stealing your freedom. And perhaps most empowering of all, you can start today. No gym, no fancy gear, just a bit of safe flooring, a sturdy chair nearby, and a few quiet minutes each day. What you get in return is priceless. Dignity, stability, and a return to graceful, grounded movement. Still, even as balance protects you from falling, there's another silent enemy working behind the scenes: muscle loss, or what doctors call sarcopenia. It creeps in slowly but relentlessly, stealing strength, shrinking independence, and making everything, from rising out of a chair to lifting a bag of groceries, feel heavier than it should. Up next, we'll reveal the third essential movement every senior must embrace, the one that shields your strength, fuels your energy, and helps you stay vibrant and capable in the years to come. If you're still watching and this message speaks to you, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here and committed to taking charge of your health. Let's move on to point number 3. 3. Light strength training. Preserving the power of independence. Clara was 74 when I first met her, sitting in the back of a quiet community wellness class, a soft shawl draped over her shoulders and a notebook resting in her lap. She didn't speak much during those early weeks, just listened intently, nodding occasionally, her hands slightly trembling as she took notes. One morning, while we waited for class to begin, she leaned over and said quietly, "You know, I used to carry my grandkids on my hip. Now, I'm scared to even lift the kettle when I make tea." She gave a little laugh, but her eyes betrayed a deep sadness, like she was mourning a quiet loss no one else could see. That moment stayed with me. Clara wasn't complaining, she was grieving. Grieving the slow, invisible fading of strength that so often comes with age. But she hadn't given up. That same week, she began a gentle strength routine at home. Nothing grand or complicated. Just 10 minutes a day, lifting soup cans in each hand, using a dining chair for support, doing seated leg raises while watching her favorite afternoon shows. It didn't seem like much at first, but change came quietly. After a few weeks, she could rise from the couch without using her arms. Then she began walking with more confidence, returning to her garden, carrying groceries again, and even lifting her granddaughter into her lap with ease. I didn't think I could get strong again at this age, she told me one afternoon, eyes full of light. But I did. And that changed how I see everything. This is what aging with strength looks like, not chasing youth, but reclaiming the ability to live fully. Light strength training isn't about lifting heavy weights or pushing yourself until you're sore. It's about reclaiming function, being able to open jars, carry a basket of laundry, step over a curb without wobbling. It's about telling your body, "I still need you, I'm not done." I remember another friend, Harold, who loved walking his dog every morning. But after a knee injury and a long winter indoors, the walk stopped. He told me once, "I didn't stop walking because I got weak. I got weak because I stopped walking." The decline wasn't dramatic, just a little less movement each week, until one day he realized he couldn't walk to the end of the block without resting. That's the price of inaction. The body doesn't break all at once. It fades, quietly. But just as strength is lost gradually, it can also be regained, with small steps, with simple routines, with a bit of faith. And what you get in return is more than muscle. You get confidence, you get freedom, you get to keep saying yes to walks, to grandkids, to life. So if you're wondering whether it's too late, let me tell you what Clara would say. Start today. Start small, but start. because your strength is still waiting for you, and you deserve to find it again. If you're over 65, here's the deal. Some exercises are your best friends. They build you up, keep you moving, and help you stay independent. But others? They're sneaky troublemakers in disguise, just waiting to strain your joints, throw off your balance, or leave you wondering, why does my back feel like it just negotiated a peace treaty with my legs? In today's video, we're pulling back the curtain on 3 exercises seniors should absolutely never do, and the 3 that your body will thank you for every single day. These aren't extreme workouts or painful routines. They're smart, safe, and tailored for a strong, confident, and graceful aging journey. So if you care about protecting your strength, your freedom, and yes, even your sense of humor, this video is for you. And hey, don't forget to hit subscribe and tap the bell. This channel is your go-to space to move better, feel better, and age like a legend. Let's jump in and set the record straight on what your body really needs.